what we're going to do. Ada, you're going to be first. So you can black out now and prepare your piece. Okay.
You're
Okay.
cutting out. It might be my internet.
Okay. Hold on a second. I'm cutting out. Might be your
Just the video.
Yeah, it might be on my end because I just got a flash saying my internet's unstable.
Okay.
I think I got too many kids on the network tonight.
Okay. We're gonna have Ada go first, and then Solange, you'll be second. So you can actually prepare. Solange, you can prepare once Ada goes up. You can prepare. You can watch Ada. You can prepare now. Two scenes ahead is fine. It's up to you. Paomi, how are you, darling? You're number 3. Paomi is 3. Albert Mathau is 4. Mr. Louis Chacon. Louis will be 5th on the list. Ryan Clapman, she, her, hers. Ryan, hi. You're number 6. Okay. Naj, I don't know if Naj is here, but I see Roxanne, so we'll make Roxanne 7th. Roxanne 7th. Who else? And I'm sure we'll get Reginald will be 8th. Reginald, you'll be number 8. Ada Cruz, Kyrie Davis. Some people seem to be here, but they're not here. So, and people join up as the session goes along. So I don't know if Naj is around. She might be just listening in.
Yes, hi, Bobby. I'm here.
Do you have something prepared?
Well, not at the moment. This is my first day. Actually,
Okay,
I'm
so
at
you
work.
you can observe. You can observe.
Yes,
Right,
my
that's what
first
I'm
day.
trying to do right now.
Okay, Myrna.
Bobby.
Hi, I'm here.
Yes, Myrna. You'll be number 9.
Okay.
Bobby.
Yes,
my
Reginald.
first not here with you too, so I don't know what it is. That
Oh, okay. So you're going to be observing, Reginald. We're going to give you a monologue for the end of the night. You know, should you want to continue, well, you'll observe. So you can observe. I just want to get the people who want to work, but I'll have something for you. Probably more socks. You can get that from Deneen or Jerome.
Okay.
Peter, are you observing, Peter, for the first time?
Hey, Bobby, how's it going? So I actually practiced the more socks monologue.
Okay, you rehearsed it. You
rehearsed.
it. Okay. All right, Pete. So you're going to be 8th on the list, Peter.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Okay, so then when the 7th person goes up, you're going to black out and you're going to prepare.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, and I see we're gonna begin. So let's get Ada back. Oh, and I see someone else. I see Richie. I see someone. Hey, Richie. Do you have something for me tonight? Hello,
Bobby, this is Lewis. I don't have anything for tonight because I haven't been here for the last couple of weeks.
All right, Lewis, it's okay. You can observe.
Okay.
Do you have something? I'll give you something by the end of the night, Lewis, okay?
Okay.
I'll figure it out. We'll give you something relevant. Also, Reginald, I'll give you something. I don't think I want you to do more socks. I want you to do something else. Okay? So Reginald and Lewis, Reggie and Lewis. Okay. All right. Okay, let's get to work. We're going to bring Ada back. I'm going to pin her. And Ada, what are you doing, Ada? Ada?
I'll die.
I'll die. Okay.
Yes.
Whenever you're ready.
Monday, I met the cutest boy. All night long, he told me I was afraid of life. If he calls me, I'll die. Tuesday, he calls me for a date. All night long, he confused me about who I am. If he likes me, I'll die. Wednesday, he says he loves me. All night long, he warned me he would hurt me. If he touches me, I'll die. Thursday, he wants to marry me. All night long, he told me living with my mother was a stifling experience. If I say yes, I'll die. Friday, I said yes. All night long, he told me he was the last chance to escape my bourgeois background. If I marry him, I'll die. Saturday, the wedding is set for tomorrow. All night long, my mother told me I'm ruining my life. On my way to church, I'll die. Sunday, we're married, and tonight, I'll die. Monday, he eats like a pig. He drinks like a fish and slept the whole morning away. I guess I won't die.
Okay. All right, Ada. That was, an improvement for sure. But and I like what your bourgeois background, the collar was good. It gives you, I was wondering maybe you can do something with it, like a behavior with it, like to use it would be interesting. And let me see how it comes up on, it's like wraps around.
Yeah, it's actually the
tiger's paws. Keep it, don't wrap it around. So keep it like, cover the VIP for the time being, cover that, just like that. Yeah. See, now there you can maybe do something with it. Do you know what I'm saying? In the beginning, say yes, you see you're stroking the tiger's paws. Yeah. But that's just one behavior. It's really inconsequential. It's a characteristic element that would kind of define you in terms of who you are. But we have to really ask ourselves a few questions here. One of the things that we have to try to do is to take away your reaction. We're going to react to what you're saying. You're doing something. Do you think that you made a mistake by marrying him, right? I mean, do you resent him? You have to ask yourself feeling questions about you get to ask yourself feeling questions about your emotional attitude toward the other character. And I think we set this up, hold me, because we all need to be held, because life has its trials and tribulations, and these are small little satires. At the end here, you lead us along like this, the love is the greatest, love is a many splendid things, and then the reality hits that you married a Slav, right?
right.
So in the beginning, you're charming everyone. And so what you're doing is charming. So you got to remember, your purpose. Acting is two things. It's balance and it's purpose. Balance being what you're there for and the purpose of what you're doing. So you want to charm the audience and not let us react to it. Not so much you want to be doing, charming us until you drop the bomb on us, which is he eats like a pig. He's a friggin' mess. He's sloppy. He's terrible. Take your time with it. He's terrible. I'm not going to show you how to do the last line, okay? But that's what the last line is. The punchline is beware of love. Beware of falling in love, because you could fall in love with the wrong person. It's not always everything's coming up roses, because everything comes up roses and then all of a sudden the ball drops. The roses stink. They fade. So let's try it again, okay? And remember, charm me. Forget about you're not going to work with that this week, but I like that you're wearing it that way. Charm me. You're charming me. Go ahead.
Monday, I met the cutest boy. All night long, he told me I was afraid of life. If he calls me, I'll die.
Good.
Tuesday, he calls me for a date. All night long, he confused me about who I am. But if he likes me, I'll die. Wednesday, he says he loves me. All night long, he warned me he'd hurt me. If he touches me, I'll die.
Don't react to it. Just charm me, okay? Don't you react. You just, okay, keep going.
Thursday, he wants to marry me. All night long, he told me living with my mother was a stifling experience. If I say yes to him, I'll die. Friday, I said yes. All night long, he told me he was the last chance to escape my bourgeois background. If I marry him, I'll die. Saturday, the wedding is set for tomorrow. All night long, my mother told me I'm ruining my life. On the way to church, I'll die. Sunday, we're married. And tonight, I'll die.
Don't throw it away. Sunday and tonight, you're going to do it's going to happen tonight. You know, you've been saving it up, you know, so okay, enjoy it. All right. So do that line again, saving it up. Lead us along, charm us.
Sunday, we're married. And tonight, I'll die. Monday.
Give it a second. What happens? Feel it. Monday, and don't give it away too quick. Now, don't say, and Monday, don't give it away too quick. Monday came. Go ahead.
Monday, he ate like a pig.
Complain about it. Complain about it.
He drank like a fish.
Go ahead.
And slept the whole day away. Oh, I guess I won't die.
A reaction. Do it again. Complain about him. Don't you react, huh? You're not going to do that, huh? You're going to just complain about him. You're doing the action. Suit the action to the word to the action. Go ahead. So, and that Monday. Tell us about Monday.
Monday, he ate like a pig. He drank like a fish and slept the whole morning away. I guess I won't die.
Yeah, Ada, you understand the piece? It's like, it's heaven, and then you hit everybody with the hammer over the head like, this guy's a fucking pig. And you're not happy about it. I guess I won't die. I'm not going to die. And now I'm just going to have to live with this guy, right? So do Monday again. Remember, complaining about him till the end. Monday,
he ate like a pig. He drank like a fish and slept the whole morning away. I guess I won't die.
Good. You understand it now? So I want you to bring it in one more time. I like the dress, but I want you to work on memorizing it totally. You don't have it totally memorized, right? You do a final farewell performance next time. Think about, you do come from a bourgeois background. you have a t-shirt on, maybe something different. But I like the tiger's claws. Let me see the tiger paw. Yeah. So, work with something, a character, just, you can work with it, but it's not really the important thing is the charm. It's a cautionary tale about marriage here, about meeting someone. So remember, your action is to charm, then the action is to let him have it. Complain. What did he does? You don't really, what do you feel about him? You hate it. You resent him because he's a slob. You hate that. But now you're locked in. Your mother told you so, but you didn't listen, right? All right, so bring it in next time, then we'll move on for something else, okay?
Thank
You got me? All
Yes.
right. All right, let me unpin you. We're going to go next. We're going to go with Solange. Solange, remove the pin. Solange, but good work. You're getting there. But everyone's got to remember that you need to have an objective, a purpose. Don't play an attitude. Okay, Solange. What are we working on, Solange? Okay, unmute yourself.
We're working on more socks.
Okie dokie, go ahead.
All righty. I go to the laundromat to do a wash. Included in that wash, 8 pairs of socks. Out of the wash comes 6 pairs of socks, plus 1 gray sock and 1 blue sock. A week later, I go to the laundromat to do a wash. Included in the wash are 6 pairs of socks. Out of the wash comes 4 pairs of socks, plus 1 black sock and 1 green sock. A week later, I go to the laundromat to do a wash. Included in the wash are 4 pairs of socks. Out of the wash come 2 pairs of socks. The other socks never show up. The next day, as an experiment, I put nothing but my last 2 pairs of socks. Out of the wash comes a body stocking. And in the body stocking is a note. The note says, quit trifling with the laws of nature and give the machine more socks. Thank you.
Solange is the first one to bring in the blue note. The blue note was in the laboratory coat. I've just really reread the script again today before the workshop. So on that behalf, you did the right thing. Now, is this our first read of this, or we had a second read? This is a second read.
It's kind of the first, because the first week I wasn't prepared, so I just,
All right, so it's our first week. So what we have to do is break it down, and it's okay to have everyone. It's really okay for the first rehearsal to have the script in your hand. You could have it 3 times in your hand until you're ready to give the performance. Okay. So we're gonna simplify it because it needs to just be simplified. The first thing we need to think about, Solange, is who you think you're talking to. Is this a person that you resent? Is this a person that's your friend? It could be a mother. Who do you think you're talking to here?
my roommate, and I would be
Okay.
accusing her of taking my socks.
Right. Okay. But that's okay because you like her, right? I mean, she's your friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the thing is, you have that particular note because everyone you tell this story to is going to think you're out of your mind.
Right.
Or they're going to think that it's an ordinary thing that you lose socks in the laundromat. But you have that note in the laboratory coat, which is supposed to be used as a prop too. If anyone wanted to do that, they can
Right.
do that also. Or they don't have to. But you have that particular note because people are going to think you're out of your mind. Your roommate's going to think you're out of your mind because she's going to say probably what I would say is I lose socks all the time. But this is in this particular case, this really happened. So it's these a level of gravitas, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let's simplify it. Let's begin it again. Paper in your hand.
Got it.
Okay. And just simply say the lines. And I might say to you, so because the first rehearsal, what we're doing is we're learning it. We're not performing it. So we want to learn it, kind of get it inside ourselves by listening to what I'm saying. So I went to the laundromat to do a wash. I might say to you, you went to the what? You repeat, I went to the laundromat to do a wash. To do a what? To do a wash. The what is the wash, the end word. And you'll repeat the words to do a what? To do a wash. Okay? You'll repeat the last three words that I say, okay? All right, so begin.
I go to the laundromat to do a wash.
To do a what?
To do a wash.
I go to the what?
I go to the laundromat to do a wash. Included in the wash are 8 pairs of socks.
Included in the wash are 8 pairs of, what?
Socks. Included
No.
in the wash are 8 pairs of socks.
Now, remember one thing, Solange, it's like it's regular. It's you're sharing with your roommate, but you're going to hit it with the punchline, okay? So let's go from included in the wash are 8 pairs of socks.
Included in the wash are 8 pairs of socks.
Mhm.
Out of the wash comes 6 pairs of socks.
Out of the
Plus
wash
one
comes out of the wash comes what?
Out of the wash comes 6 pairs of socks. Plus 1 gray sock and 1 blue sock.
That's not so extraordinary because you put in 8 pairs of socks, 6 pairs came out plus 1 gray. So you're missing 1 pair of sock, right?
Yeah.
So out of the wash, it's not so unusual. Things like that happen. So say it like that. It's not so unusual.
Out of the wash.
I think what we're doing here, I'm finding out, is you're leading her along. You're stringing her along.
Right.
Until you give her that punchline. So string her along. Start it from the beginning and string her along. Go ahead.
I go to the laundromat to do a wash. Included in the wash are 8 pairs of socks. Out of the wash comes 6 pairs of socks, plus 1 gray sock and 1 blue sock. A week later, I go to the laundromat to do a wash. Included in the wash are 6 pairs of socks. Out of the wash comes 4 pairs of socks, plus 1 black sock and a green sock. A week later, I go to the laundromat to do a wash. Included in the wash are 4 pairs of socks. Out of the wash come 2 pairs of socks. The other socks never show up. The next day, as an experiment, I put nothing but my last 2 pairs of socks. Out of the wash comes a body stocking. In the body stocking is a note. The note says, quit trifling with the laws of nature and give the machine more socks.
Much better. You feel better about that?
Yeah, I do.
That was much better.
Awesome.
All right. So start learning it. Okay.
Yeah.
And string them along until you give the punchline, because the person you're speaking to definitely thinks you're out of your mind. But at the same time, you have proof.
Right.
Okay. So you see how you come alive when you're doing something?
Mm-hmm.
So do it next, start learning it. Think about what she's wearing. You may want to get the lab coat if you want to bring the lab coat. I mean, these are things that the playwright wrote. Lab coat, they carry it like, I don't know. It's just, it's not totally necessary because we're on Zoom. And also your background.
Yeah.
Try to see if you can get like this plain, work to get a plain sheet. I put a sheet up because it just, although I'm not getting a lot of distortion, but it's just nice to have a plain back, a human, I mean, a realistic background. But yours is not bad. It's acceptable, but try to do this. Okay. All right. So, okay.
Thank you.
Next. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. We're going to go with, remove the pin. We have Piomi. I'm sorry, Piomi. I see Soraya. You're number 10, Soraya. Soraya, if you're working, you're number 10. Okay, and I see Leah, you're 11th. Leah is 11th. And I see Zamira is 12. Zamira is 12. Alaba, if you're, I don't know if you're working on anything, but
I'm actually today's my first day.
okay, so you're observing. It's okay.
Yeah.
Observe. It's all right. And I'll get you something. You'll do more socks. You will do more socks.
Okay,
Andrea,
thank
do you have something, Andrea?
I have
Okay.
the conventioner's wife.
Okay, so
Christian.
you're 13.
Okay.
You're at the 13. You on the when Zamira gets up, you got to black yourself out and prepare, just like a scene before we all prepare. And Angel Ballard, Angel, how are you?
Doing right. How are you?
What do you have, Angel?
I have the more socks. Forgive my background, please. My son has a soccer game in the first soccer practice
Okay,
at the same
That's all
time.
that's
So
okay.
that's why I don't have my purple background.
And Roxanne, you're here with us. How are you doing? What do you have for me here today? You have something? Roxanne,
Yes,
unmute yourself.
yes. Okay.
All right.
Yes.
So Roxanne. Oh no, I called you, Roxanne. See that she fooled me. Damn, she put that thing. See how she fooled me. She's number
Oh,
7.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Don't apologize. That's a plus.
Yeah, I got.
You're doing the right thing. Jamal, you observing, Jamal? Or you got something? You observing?
Yes, I'm observing.
Okay, then you observe, Jamal. We'll get something for you if you decide you want to come. I'll get something for you. I got a couple of people. If you decide you want to come back, I'm going to write you down here, Jamal. All right, so I got Piomi. We're going to go with Piomi, and I'll straighten out anyone else. And I see Marjorie. Marjorie, right now, Marjorie, you're 14th, 15th. You're 15th, Marge. So just put down as 15th. You go on the 14th. All right, so let's get with Piomi. Let me pin Piomi. What do you got, Piomi, for me?
I think it's called Connie.
What is it from?
I think it was sent from you to Deneen.
Okay, all right. So go ahead. I'll figure it out. Go ahead. It's a first reading, correct?
Uh-huh.
What book is it? What play is it? Does it say a book, a play in there? You have it in your hand, no?
It's,
You have
oh,
something.
this
That's
is-
a prop. That's a prop? Or is
Yeah.
that- That's
It's just
a prop? Where's you have it on a piece of paper? Okay, hold the paper in your hand. All right.
Okay.
What I usually do is when I get a monologue, I blow it up like this. And I've got it, I just blow it up and, you can write it out in longhand. Some actors like to write it out in longhand because then they kind of they're personalizing it in longhand because they know their own writing. Okay. So, okay. And Connie, it's called, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
I think it's called Connie. 4'10". That's the story of my life. I remember when everybody was my size. Boy, that was great. But then everyone started moving up, and there I was, stuck at 4'10". But I kept hoping and praying. I used to hang from a parallel bar by the hour, hoping I'd stretch just an inch more, because I was into dancing then, and I was good. And I wanted so much to grow up to be a prima ballerina. Then I went out for cheerleader, and they told me, no, Dice, you'll get lost on the football field. The pom-poms are bigger than you. I spent my whole childhood waiting to grow. But you see, the only thing about me that grew was my desire. I was never going to be Maria Tall Chief. I was just this peanut on point. That was my whole trip, my size. It still is. Gosh. My last show, I was 32, and I played a 14-year-old brat. Yeah, I'm 32. But I don't look it. And I shouldn't knock it because I've always been able to work.
Okay, Piomi.
Yeah.
The first thing I'm going to tell you is your hair. We got to get it so I see your face. That's the first thing. We got to get you. There you go. You see your face. I want you to try to get a clip or something that you can do it next time, but you got to keep your hair. All the actors, we want to try to keep your hair out of your face so I can see your face, because our faces are so important. I see a beautiful face now, and it's beautiful, so it's good. Okay, we're going to slow it down. This there is about a complex, this particular Connie. She always wanted to be things, but then she has to accept herself. So let's start it from the beginning, and let's try to connect sometimes, not just reading it, Piomi, but I'm going to break it down for you. I might ask you like the what exercise. That's what we're going to do. We're going to try to get the literal sense of the first reading of Connie. All right? Slow it down. Keep the paper in your hand. There you go. That's good. And whenever you're ready to begin, you begin.
4'10". That's the story of my life. I remember when everybody
4 foot what?
4'10".
What? And you're going to repeat 4'10". What?
4'10". That's the story of my life.
That's the story of what?
That's the story.
Okay, okay. Go ahead.
I remember when everyone was my size.
I what?
Boy.
I what?
I remember when everybody was my size.
I remember
Boy.
when what? I remember when what?
I remember when everybody was my size.
So now what you're doing, Paomi, is I want you to listen to what. The what means, I remember when what, and then you would say, I remember when everybody was my size, was my what, was my size. You're emphasizing the what to try to listen to what this means. Now, the beginning is important because 4'10", 4'10". Everything okay? 4'10". Begin from the beginning. Don't throw anything away. It's our first reading and you're doing well. We want to just listen to the piece for what it is to try to understand it. Okay? Go ahead from the beginning.
4'10". That's the story of my life. I remember when everybody was my size.
You're right. You want you to slow it down. 4'10". Look at me. 4'10". That's the story of my life. Don't throw anything away. 4 foot, slow it down. 4'10". I mean, how do you feel about being 4'10"? There's a problem here because you haven't been able to do things that you really wanted to do. Correct? You joined the cheerleaders, they wouldn't you do that. Okay, so you feel there's a problem here. Okay, so you go ahead again. 4'10". Don't throw it away.
4'10". 4'10". I remember 4'10". That's the story of my life. I remember when everybody was my size. Boy, that was great.
Boy, that was what?
Boy, what?
Boy, that was great. You can go back to the script, but I want you to realize what you're saying. So this is the repeat exercise. Go ahead, continue.
Boy?
Yes.
Okay. Boy, that was great. But then everyone started moving up. And there I was.
But then everybody started moving up. But then but then what? But then what?
But then everybody started moving up.
Good.
And there I was, stuck up.
And what? And what? And what?
And there I was, stuck at 4'10".
Stuck what? I
Stuck-
was what? I was what?
I was stuck at 4'10".
Good.
But I kept hoping and praying.
But I kept what?
I kept hoping and praying.
Mm-hmm.
I used to hang from a parallel bar by the hour.
I used to what?
I used to hang from a parallel bar by the hour.
I used to hang from the what?
A parallel bar by.
Now you're going to repeat the whole sentence. When I say what, then I want you to emphasize that word. I used to hang by the parallel bar by the what? By the hour. Okay, so say it again. I used to what? I used to what?
I used to hang from. Wait,
Emphasize
what?
the word. I used to what? I used to
hang by a parallel bar by the hour, hoping I'd stretch just an inch more.
hoping I'd what?
Huh?
Hoping I'd what?
Hoping I'd stretch just an inch more.
Yes, you see, Piomi, you can look at me now. You're doing very well. But this exercise is for you to slow it down and understand where you're coming from as the character. Now, clearly, I see that this character has a short complex. She's short and she feels cheated. And that's the reason why you're hanging from the parallel bar for hours, because you wanted to stretch yourself, you know? But in the end, it's going to work out okay. I got a feeling. All right. So continue, parallel bar for hours. But that's what we're doing here. We're slowing it down and emphasizing the word so you can kind of get a feel. And it's starting to come out slowly. We'll do it. We'll get this. Go ahead.
Wait, from parallel bar?
Yeah, just from there. Just take it from anywhere.
Oh. But I kept hoping and praying. I used to hang from a parallel bar. Wait. For the hour. Hoping I'd stretch just an inch more. I was into dancing and I was good. And I wanted so much to go up to be a Wait, what?
Okay. All right. I see that you, okay. All right. All right, Piomi. We have done, I'm going to give you, you're doing good. Hello, you're blurred out. Okay, now you're back. The next time, okay, the next time we'll have your hair back, okay? What's the matter? Let me see your face. I can't see you. All right, you're upset at something. Don't be upset. It's okay. I'm here for you, all right? I'm going to give you something. I'm going to simplify this a little bit. I'm going to give you a smaller piece because I think we can learn better with a smaller piece, Piomi, all right? But you're doing good. You're getting the sense of what you're saying, okay? Don't be discouraged, all right? You're getting the sense of what you're saying. So I'm going to write you down and I'm going to get a smaller piece for you to handle, all right? And then we're going to do a first reading of that, okay? All right? Okay. All right, I'll see you next time, and not next week, the following week, but I want you to stick to it because you have talent. One thing you got to do is put your hair back so I can see your face. Secondly, we got to have nobody in that room, no distractions, because people are distracting you. That's not good. All right, all right. So that we're going to skip that, and then I'll have something for you. Jerome or Deneen will give it to you. All right. Good work. We'll get there. Believe me, I can get you there. All right, Albert. I want you to watch the class, Piomi. Stay with us to watch the class. Albert, where are you? Raise your hand. There you are, Albert.
Hello, I'm right here. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you pretty good. Yes.
Okay.
Very good. What do we got? We have Albert.
Second read of Pulitzer Prize.
Next week, when I give everybody the number, please tell me what you're doing, but I can't do it now because it'd take too long. Pulitzer Prize. This is a first reading?
Second reading.
Okay.
All right. 30 years ago, I won a Pulitzer Prize for journalism. My father said, "So what?" 3 years later, I won the National Book Award for fiction. My father says, "Big deal." 5 years later, I won an Academy Award for everything. My father says, "When are you going to make some money?" 8 years later, I win a Tony Award for playwriting. My father says, "Who needs it?" 13 years later, I win a Nobel Prize for peace. My father drops dead. Who says you can't win them all?
Okay, Albert, it's good. It's good work.
Yeah.
Now we just got to.
I swear I got 2 lines switched, but I kept moving.
Well, that's important because, you know, if you're doing the play, and which this is a play, you got to keep moving. All right. So you want to get, well, actually, let me give you a note before we give it another take. So I'm going to give you the situation. It's not a Zoom call here. You know, you're not accepting it. I'd like for you to be like an acceptance speech, because that's what it is, the acceptance speech, right? So perhaps next time you could have your computer, you could be standing up and have an award of some sort. You know, you've been given the award, you know, of some sort of statuette or something, you know.
Right. Oh,
And, okay, so we want to put it into place. Now, how would you dress for these awards? I would think you look pretty sharp, right? I mean, Pulitzer Prize,
right.
Nobel Peace Prize. How's this guy dress? You got to ask
Right.
yourself. Dress is a very important thing, all you actors, because it really gives us it starts to gives us a feel for behavior, and this is all about behavior.
Okay.
So, but you know, your instrument is very good, and you have the sense of the gist of what's going on here. So that's good, and you look like someone that's very castable, Albert. So we're going to bring this in one time for a finished performance, but I'll let you get another crack at it now. But I want you to be accepting the speech. What are you wearing? And we know what you're saying. Yeah, but don't do it. Don't do it this week.
No,
We'll work with that next time. We know what you're saying, and what is it that you think you're saying here?
What do I think I'm saying here?
Yeah, what's the message you're saying?
The message. I mean, I guess
What do you
it's
want
really
from
more
us to know?
don't.
What do you want? What do you want to give us? What are you imparting to us?
I guess motivation, believe in yourself. You don't need anyone's approval, I guess.
Yeah, it could even be who?
I mean, you don't need your parents' approval. You don't need no one's approval. It doesn't matter.
You made it. You survived this. And because of that, right? Because of their non-approval, you've become what you've become. Imagine if they approved you, maybe it'd be a different story. You kept striving. But in a way, it's a tale. It's a very wise tale too. So with that in mind, begin it again.
30 years ago, I won a Pulitzer Prize for journalism. My
Slow
father
it down.
said,
Don't rush it up. You know, you're accepting, and the winner of the award for humanitarian award is Albert Mathau. Everyone clap for him. Yeah, clap for him. Clap for him.
Thank you.
You're coming up to the podium. Okay, you're coming up to the podium, right? You could say thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and they settle down. The audience settles down. So you're not rushing it. Settles down. You don't settle them down. They settle down, and then you're ready. Okay, whenever you're ready.
30 years ago, I won a Pulitzer Prize for journalism. My father said, so what? 3 years later, I win the National Book Award for fiction. My father says, big deal. 5 years later, I win a Tony Award for playwriting. My father says, when are you going to make some money? 8 years later, I win an Academy Award for everything. My father says, who needs it? 13 years later, I win a Nobel Peace Prize. My father dropped dead. Who says you can't win them all?
Okay, now we're going to find a way of doing this, Albert. That's the thing. Now I want us to think about this and ask ourselves the questions. How are you going to do this? How are you going to impart your knowledge? It doesn't have to be a serious way. It could be, how am I going to do this? How am I going to impart this to the audience, that adversity can make us who we are? Non-acknowledgement from the closest people that we know. So it's how you're to do it. You got to decide. Right now, it's remember that you accepted the award. You love these guys. You love this, or these people. The people who made you who you are. You're like elated. You're filled with hope and faith. You've got the award, and you want to share something. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Think about it. Think about what you're doing. Your attitude toward these people is love. You love them? Yes. Do you want to, give them a message and what I think what you're saying is you can do it regardless of people who might be negative. It's their negativity that makes us who we are, that keeps us going. Don't give up. Don't give up. Say it. Don't give up.
Don't give up.
And start the speech now.
Oh.
Don't give up. Say, don't give up, and start the speech.
Don't give up.
Say it. Don't
Don't give up. Don't give up. 30 years ago, I won a Pulitzer
You
Prize.
see
for
what I'm saying?
journalism.
Now, yeah. Don't give up. 30 years ago, I won a Pulitzer Prize. Okay, you got me?
Okay. Yes,
All
yes,
right.
yes.
All right, bring it in, finished, and what you're wearing. Okay, good.
Okay.
You're on the right track. Again, we have to find out how you're doing it.
Mhm.
You have to find out how you're doing this. Okay, Brian is next. Whew. Hey, Christine, you got the Faithful? You got Faithful tonight? Okay, you're number 16. Hey, Tina. Good seeing you. We'll go with Ryan. You're a 16 teen, so just so you know. All right. Ryan, raise your hand. Ryan, where are you, Ryan?
I'm here, Bobby.
Okay.
Can you
there
see me
we
now?
go. Yeah, I can see
Oh,
you.
okay.
There we go. What do we have?
All right. More socks.
Okie dokie.
Taking notes from the first time I did it, which you
Okay.
said, think about.
It's all right. Don't worry about those notes. You just go
Okay.
ahead and you've
Okay.
prepared. And whenever you're ready, you could take a second.
Your Honor, what I'm going to say is true. In May, I went to the laundry to do a wash. And in that wash, I had 8 pairs of socks. And out of the wash came 6 pairs of socks with 1 black sock and 1 green sock. So the next week, I go back to the same laundromat and do a wash. I put in 6 pairs of socks. Out of that wash came 4 pairs of socks with 1 blue sock and 1 gray sock. I'm still perplexed with all this, but the following week, I go back to do a wash, and I put in 4 pairs of socks. This time out of the wash comes 2 pairs of socks, and the other 2 never show up. So I go home and think about it, and I decide to do an experiment. I go back to the laundromat the next day, and I put in my last 2 pairs of socks. Out of the wash this time comes a body stocking, and in that body stocking I find this note, and the note says, "Quit trifling with the laws of nature and feed the machine more socks."
Okay. All right. Now, this is our second read. Oh, is this our final farewell? What is this?
Second read, yeah.
Okay. We're getting there. One thing you can't do, you won't have the license to do, is in a play to ad lib. You got to stick to
Okay.
the script, even in the beginning. I mean, those ad libs that I kind of allow people to do is to control the problem. What is the problem? The problem is that we're reading lines and sometimes they don't sound truthful. So what I do is I improvise a little bit to give them a purpose, so that when they come out, they have a little bit more meaning than when you originally perform them. Remember, lines are just lines on a page. It's what we want that really is important in our hearts. In our hearts, what we want is the most important thing. The lines help us get what we want. They communicate. We have to treat them as such. We have to learn them, of course, by rote, memorize them, and then let them whip for what we need to do. So who do you think you're talking to here?
Our
Mhm.
original notes was being in courtroom
Okay, so you're in
and
the courtroom.
testifying.
All right. All right. So you're in the courtroom and you're testifying. Okay. Begin again in the courtroom testifying. Don't add anything to the script. Okay. We bring to the stand Ryan Clapham, correct?
Mhm.
You swear
Yes.
to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, Ryan?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Please address the judge, please, and what happened at the laundromat.
Okay, the other month I went to the laundry to do
There's
a
not the
wash.
other, no, it's not the other month. I
Not
went
month.
to the
Okay.
laundromat. Okay, I went to the
Do
laundromat.
it. I went to
And
the
where's your
laundry to do
script?
a wash.
You have the script in you? You have the script? Where is it? Is it written out?
Not on me, no.
Okay, that's one thing you need to do. It's your second rehearsal. You don't have the script in your hand. You need to get the script in your hand. Everybody should have a script in their hand. I don't care about learning the lines. You need to have that script because it's important. You're going from the script, you're learning it. You don't learn it all the way. You don't say, and that's, I got it, you know what I'm saying? So have it next time. All right, so Ted,
Okay.
I went to the laundromat. Okay, begin.
I went to the laundromat to do a wash.
Mhm.
And in that wash were 8 pairs of socks. Out of the wash came 6 pairs of socks, plus 1 black sock and 1 blue sock. The next week, I go back to do a wash. I put in 6 pairs of socks. Out of that wash comes 4 pair of socks with 1 green sock and 1 blue sock. Then the next week, I go back to do a wash, and I put in 4 pairs of socks. Out of the wash come 2 pair of socks, and the other socks never show up. The next day, I go back to do the wash. As an experiment, I put in my last 2 pairs of socks. And out of the wash comes a body stocking with a note that reads, "Quit trifling with the laws of nature and feed the machine more socks."
Yes, you got to put that as evidence. The evidence is that you
Yeah.
have. Okay. I'm going to take it out from the courtroom now. Okay. For next time, I want you to write it out in longhand or make a copy of it. Okay. And you're talking to your friend or your daughter or your whoever you want to place
Okay.
there, friend. Okay. And I wanted to find a way of doing it that you stringing him along, and then you're going to see because he thinks you're crazy. You understand that but you have proof. The blue note for trifling with the laws of nature and bring because what we have to ask ourselves what the whole play is about. And have you read the whole play?
No, I haven't read the whole play. No.
All right, I think Deneen and Jerome have the whole play. So they need to send you the whole play so you can read the whole play. All these monologues in the play about frustrations in life, they're little satires and moral tales about what we go through. And why is it called Hold Me? Because damn, it gets to be kind of crazy out here. What people say is different than what people do. What people say life is, it's different. Marriage is a breeze, it's beautiful. Then you get a slob for a husband, you know what I mean? So, and then you go to the washing machine and it keeps eating up your socks for some damn reason, right? And then it says, it's eating up because that's what that piece is about. So you're talking to your friend, and your friend. So begin again like you're talking to your friend. Tell me. So I went to the laundromat. Yeah, tell me I'm your best friend.
I went to the laundromat
Now,
to do a
connect with me
wash.
first. Connect with me. Where is the green dot? No, you're looking at me
Right
now.
here.
See that? Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Hit that on the first couple of seconds.
I went to the laundromat to do a wash. And in that wash, I had 8 pairs of socks. Out of the wash came 6 pairs of socks with one black sock and one green sock. Next week, I went back to the laundromat to do a
Okay,
wash.
good. I want you to start learning it. You understand what I'm saying, Ryan? You got to
Mhm.
get the gist of what I'm saying. All right?
Yeah.
Because in the end, you have the note. This person's going, your friend's going to think, well, it's not so crazy. But what are you doing? You're weaving, you're stringing them along till you give them the punchline. I'm going to string them along. I'm going to fool them till I give them this. Because they're going to think, I went to the laundromat to do a wash. And you can ground yourself in doing something. It could be knitting or whatever, or you could be doing something. But for right now, let's keep it straightforward, okay? You got it? All right, good.
Okay.
Good work. You're going to get there. You're going to get there, Ryan. Okay, Roxanne. Roxanne. Hey,
Hello.
and hey, what are we working on, Roxanne?
Hold on to my more socks.
Okay, all right. Peter's next. Anytime you're ready.
How did they put themselves up front?
Huh?
How did they pin themselves up there to the front?
How do you pin yourself? Okay, you pin yourself by where your picture is, your small picture on the right-hand side, there's 3 dots.
Uh-huh.
Click that and go and scroll down and
The
it'll
pin.
say pin.
Okay. All right. There we go.
There you go. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Was this our second reading or first?
This is my third reading.
Okay, this is 3. Okay.
So, you ready? Here I go. I go to the laundromat to do a wash. Included in the wash are 8 pairs of socks.
All right, now I'm going to start the speech, speaking into the dot. Where's the dot? Where's the dot? Where's the camera?
My camera's up
Yeah,
here.
right there. You see that there? Now I see you. See, look at that. Look at the dot. Okay, now you're going to say the first line to the dot. I'm looking at the dot, right?
Okay.
And I'm saying,
Yeah,
what
I'm looking at
saying
the
to
dot
you.
now.
You got to, everyone here watching this, you have to, if you're online, you got to really, it's important you're speaking to the dot and you see the person, but you're speaking to the dot kind of because that's the way the Zoom thing goes. You got to kind
I
of
understand. Because it looked
emphasize.
like I'm talking to somebody on the floor instead of.
Right. So you're talking
front
to
of
the dot, but I need you to connect to it from time to time.
Okay.
You have the paper? You have the
Yeah.
paper? Okay,
Yeah,
so
I got
there it
the
is. Keep it in front of you and go from the paper to the dot.
Yeah.
The paper
Okay.
is really not the dot, is your best friend or to whom you're talking to. Do you like this person that you're talking to?
Yeah.
Do you love him or her?
Yes.
Who
My
is the
sister.
person? Your sister. So you must love her, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You don't want to
Okay.
get in her way. You want to kind of
Yeah. I want to
prove to
school
her
her
that,
with my experience. I want to school her on my experience.
okay, good. So school her.
Yeah. So I go to the laundromat.
No, I told you to connect to the first sentence. There you go. You can
I go to
read
the laundromat. That's it.
That's it. But look
I go to the
regular. You look all like you're scared or something. Just regular. You don't gotta just relate to it. That's it.
Okay,
Relate.
I gotta relax, huh?
Yeah, relax to the dot. But that's your sister.
Okay. I go
Hey,
to the laundromat to do a wash. Included in the wash are 8 pairs of socks. Out of the wash comes 6 pairs of socks. And a gray sock. And 1 blue sock. A week later,
Now, Roxanne, from time to time, it's okay in rehearsal to go from the script to the dot, to your sister.
Okay.
It's okay. You're looking at me now, but I want you to start looking at that dot. All right.
Okay.
Let me see you look at the dot. Don't shake your head like that. Just regularly look at with your eyes. Look at the dot there. Keep your head like that. Now look at the dot. You don't got to pull it up. Look at the dot.
Okay.
Got the dot? No, there it was. It was there. There it is. See that there? You don't got to move your head. Put a piece of tape there. Put a piece of tape underneath the dot next time. You got to relate to that tape. That's your sister.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Begin from the top again. I went to the laundromat to do a wash. Good.
I go to the laundromat to do a wash.
Mhm.
Included in the wash are 8 pairs of socks. Out of the wash comes 6 pairs of socks. And a gray sock. And a blue sock. A week later, I go back to do a wash. Included in the wash are 6 pairs of socks. Out of the wash come 4 pairs of socks. 1 black sock and 1 green sock. A week later, I go to the laundromat to do a wash. Out of the wash comes 2 pairs of socks. The other sock never show up. The next day, I go to the laundromat. As an experiment, I put nothing but my 2 pairs of socks out. Of the wash comes a body stocking. In the body stocking, I find a note. The note states, quit trifling with the laws of nature and bring a machine more socks.
Okay. All right. Go to the top and just say the lines.
Okay, just say them.
I want
Okay.
you just to say the lines like your sister's right there. So child, you can start
All right.
with a
Yeah.
child. So I want you to say, like, repeat after me.
I go to the
Child.
laundromat.
Now, wait a second. No, easy, nice and slow.
Oh,
Child,
okay.
I went to child. Repeat what I said. Child, I went to the laundromat to do a wash.
Child, I went to the laundromat to do a wash.
Nice and
And
slow.
included in the wash was 8 pairs of socks. Out of the wash comes 6 pairs of socks and a gray sock and 1 blue sock.
Just charm, just say the words. Don't emphasize. them,
Okay,
say 'em.
all right. A week
What
later,
you're doing, what your purpose of doing here is you're weaving the tail for her. You're stringing her along,
Okay.
to the end.
okay,
Went to a wash, out of the wash, put say that, and that. You got me? Child. Start with the child again from the beginning. Child.
okay. I
Look
go
at
to
the- look at the
go to
dot.
the laundromat.
No,
do a
no, child.
Child,
not-
I go to the laundromat to do a wash.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, that's good. I like
Included
that.
in the wash was 8 pairs of socks.
Good.
Out of the wash comes 6 pairs of socks and 1 gray sock and 1 blue sock. A week later, I go back to do a wash. Included in the wash are 6 pairs of socks. Out of the wash come 4 pairs of socks, plus 1 black sock and 1 green sock. A week later, I go to the laundromat to do a wash. Out of the wash
Don't lose it. Don't lose it. Keep it going.
comes 2 pairs of socks. The other sock never show up. The next day, I go to the laundromat. As an experiment,
Just say it nice and easy. Just be conversational.
I put nothing but my last 2
Next day,
pairs.
take it from the next day. I'm gonna fool that sucker. So the next day, yeah, tell it, it's like a
Yep.
joke. The next day, what are you gonna do? You're gonna fool that sucker. Go ahead. The next day, I'm
Yep.
gonna fool that sucker. Say that. Next day, I'm
Yep.
gonna fool that sucker. Say
Yep,
that. what
the
I'm
next
saying.
experiment.
No, say the next day, I'm gonna fool that sucker.
Oh, the next day I'm gonna fool that sucker.
Yeah, have fun. Go ahead.
Yeah, the next day. That's what
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
fool
do.
that sucker. Go ahead.
I'm gonna fool that sucker. I had an experiment. I put nothing but my last 2 pair of socks.
Uh-huh.
Out of the wash comes a body stocking. In the body stocking, there's a note. The note says, quit trifling with the laws of nature and bring the machine more socks. Oh, I didn't
Okay,
have
now you're covering your face with the note. So put the note down. It's okay.
Oh,
Put the note
okay.
to the side, this way, on the side of your head.
Oh,
All right.
like I'm just proving
Yeah.
my proof.
Yeah, but the thing is, Roxanne, you got a good ability here, but you got to keep it going till the end, and then you have fun with it, and then as an experiment, I put the 2 pairs of socks, and then check this out. You ain't gonna believe this.
Okay.
Body stocking, comes a note. Oh no, it says, quit traveling. What do you think about that note? What do you think you're feeling about that? So you have to ask yourself, what do I feel about this? This is scary. This is some heavy shit, right? You thought I was crazy, right? Well, look at that, right?
Got a Houdini
Try to
sock.
the laws of nature and bring the machine more socks. Yeah, you look at it. All right, you get the gist of what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get the
time. Make a conversation, charm her. You're doing something. You're having fun. I want you to have fun with the story. I go to the story.
Right.
Have fun with it. Have fun with it until the end. Well, you still have fun at the end because this machine's sucking up almost my socks, and I ain't crazy. Am I crazy? That's what you're probably saying. I think everyone is basically saying, am I nuts? Is it me? I'm not nuts. I have proof. Okay, all right. Bring it in.
Trifling with the laws of nature and bring some machine more socks.
Tell her. You go telling her. Look at that. Look at that. Bring the machine more socks. I'm not crazy. All right.
All right.
So learn it and bring it in. I like the hairdress. That looks good. It looks,
thank you.
Looks better. Look better, more in the character. Okay, Peter. No, wait, yeah, Peter. Peter, we're gonna go. I know what you're doing, so let me pin you whenever you're ready. Go ahead.
All right. So I go to the laundromat to do a wash. Included in the wash are 8 pairs of socks. Out of the wash come 6 pairs of socks.
What's the rush? What are you rushing for? Who you think you're speaking to?
So I think I'm speaking to like a friend, and I want them to be like, guess what happened to me, type of thing.
All right, well, slow it down, Pete. I mean, you're too fast. So make your point.
Sure, I got you.
All right, so it's okay. All right.
So I go to the laundromat.
Who is this person, by the way? Who is this
It's
person?
like one of my buddies, just anybody in my friend group.
All right, well, it's got to be a specific person because you treat all your friends differently. So I would specify who I think I'm talking to. If I'm talking to my brother, it may be different. If I'm talking to my sister, it might be different. If I'm talking to my friend who's open to hearing me, it's going to be different. If I'm talking to the principal, that's definitely different, right? Or the mayor, whoever you're talking to, right? So you need to ask yourself feeling questions about your emotional attitude towards the other character, because what is it all about? It's about behavior.
Yes.
Do you love them? Do you hate them? I think you like the person you're talking to. You don't resent them. You love, so, all right. So who do you think you might be talking to?
So my friend, Will.
All right. Let me see you look at the camera, the dot.
There we go.
That dot. Next time, have a piece of tape by the dot. I want you to connect the first sentence to that camera.
Sounds
you can
good.
go from the script to that dot, but the dot is Will. All right.
Okay.
That's if it's Will. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So I go to the laundromat to do a wash. Included in the wash are 8 pairs of socks. Out of the wash come 6 pairs of socks and 1 gray sock and 1 blue sock. And a week later, I go back to do a wash, and included in the wash are 6 pairs of socks. Out of the wash come 4 pairs of socks plus 1 black sock and a green sock. A week later, I go to the laundromat to do a wash. Out of the wash come 2 pairs of socks. Those other socks never show up. The next day, I go to the laundromat, and as an experiment, I put nothing but my last 2 pairs of socks, and out of the wash comes a body stocking. In the body stocking, I find a note, and then the note says, quit trifling with the laws of nature and bring the machine more socks.
Good. I believe you. I believe it really happened to you. See, everybody? See, that's the way you got to do it. You believe there was a reality to what Peter was saying to his friend. He was just speaking to him, but he was letting him know what's going down with this machine. It's sucking up my socks, Roxanne. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Peter, I'm going to have something else for you to work on. I want you to move on. I want you to move on from this. I'm going to give you something a little bit, I'm going to give you a Pulitzer Prize.
Sure.
Pulitzer Prize. So you got to get that from Deneen. Everyone here should ask Deneen or Jerome for the play. They should read the whole play and understand that all these little monologues are about the frustrations of life I need somebody to hold me because it's scary out here. And you know what? I wake up scared sometimes. It is scary, and but we move on from that. And because we have our friends and family and we have God, whoever, you know what I mean, a spiritual, I am. So we know that we're grounded in that way. And we have the courage to go on. Do you know what I mean? So good work, Peter. And you're going to work on Pulitzer Prize, just as Ryan did. Okay. Good work. You got really some good talent there. I could see you doing things. So stick with it.
Thank you so
All
much.
right. Now, you're welcome. And now we have my. Who's next? Raise your hand. I can't even read my writing. It's terrible. Who's Maya? Myrna. Oh, okay. Myrna, I'm sorry. I apologize.
You're
I'm
fine.
overwhelmed that time. Okay. What do we got, Myrna?
Conventioner's wife.
Okay. Is our
Frank.
first read or second read? It's our
No,
first.
it's like our third. Or
Okay,
fourth.
so we're getting close to moving on. Maybe we will move on after tonight. So let's whenever you're ready.
Okay. By the time Frank told me he was leaving on a business trip for a month, I had lost all feelings for him. Each dinner when he'd come home, I tried to rekindle the flame, but all I could think about is how
Okay,
he
I'm
gobbled
going to
up my.
stop you for a second. I'm going to stop you for a second. See, now you're looking at me now. I want you to connect. I mean, look at the dot. Where's the dot on this screen?
Up there.
Are you looking at it now? So
Yeah.
your screen is very high to your location.
Yeah.
You were sitting in a
Let me
chair.
bring it down.
Yeah, bring it down.
Okay, I just brought
Now
it
look
down.
at that dot
Okay.
now. Bring
Okay,
it down
better.
even more. Can you bring it down even more?
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Look at that dot now.
Okay.
Okay, good. So that's where you have to be. That's where you have to be connecting to, Myrna.
Okay.
All right. Everyone,
Sounds
where's the
good.
script? Where's the script? Keep it in your hand. All right.
Okay.
Go from the
And
script.
the dot, and I brought this all the way down. So
Script to the person. I call it a dot, but it's the person you're talking to. Who do you think you're
Okay.
talking to here? Who are you talking to?
I'm actually walking into the bedroom. I'm by myself. I'm just talking because he keeps going away out of town and coming back, and I know he's going to be coming home soon. So,
All right. So you're talking to. I know who you're talking to. We're going to make this. Just talking to yourself in the mirror here, okay?
Okay.
For the time being, until I can figure out something else out. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Connect to the mirror.
Okay. By the time Frank told me he was leaving on a business trip for a month, I had lost all feelings for him. Each dinner, when he'd come home, I tried to rekindle the flame. But all I could think about is how he gobbled up my chicken. Was all I am is a servant to you, Frank. So when he announced that he was going to go away, I was delighted. While Frank was away, I could find myself again. I could make plans. The first week Frank was away, I went out 7 times. The telephone never stopped ringing. I had a marvelous time. The second week Frank was away, I got tired of the same old faces and the same old lines. I remember what drove me to marry Frank in the first place. The third week Frank was away, I felt closer to him than I had in years. And I stayed home and I read Jane Austen and I slept on Frank's side of the bed. The fourth week that Frank was away, I fell madly in love with him. I hated myself for my withdrawal, for my failure of him. The fifth week Frank came home, The minute he walked in and said, "I'm back, darling," I withdrew. I can hardly wait for Frank's next business trip so I can love Frank again.
Okay, Myrna, it's getting better. One of the things we can't do as actors is indicate, especially at the end, what you're trying to convey. You just want to say the lines. Now, we're not going to make this in the mirror. What's happening here is you just go in front of the audience. You're going in front of the audience in your house coat. I want you to have your house coat on. I want you to have perhaps be standing up if you can stand up. Have maybe a drink in your hand, a little wine in your hand. He's not home right now, and maybe the coat is somewhat. You have something, of course, everything on, but it's kind of open. Get a feeling of what it is to be a housewife, or just be living, coexisting with someone. Your husband. When these were written, they were kind of like husband and wife. There was the frustrations of what we didn't know was, that love, it changes, and it kind of morphs into different things. And this is morphing into you can't live with the guy because you want your life back. You want to be independent. Then you need him, and then he comes home, and then
I got my house coat right here. I'm going to throw it on.
Well, you don't have to, because we're going to do. You did a good, well enough job that we can.
Okay.
That you're on the right track with it, and you're talking to the audience, and so you're on the right track. So all of these things, but what we do, we'd have a spotlight on everybody. They would walk into the audience, or be in the audience, and so they're grounded with who we're talking to. But sometimes we can, you could be imparting this to the audience themselves. You're on trial for the world.
I like that a lot about the audience. I feel a connection
because
to that.
you want to share.
Like I'm just on a stage and I'm just.
You're sharing stuff, but you come out. You got.
I like it.
I could see with the slippers on, like sliding out there, looking at them, taking a drink. Maybe you got a smoke. I don't know. You don't smoke, but and then you start talking to them. Last time Frank was away. And what are you doing? It's a cautionary tale about marriage, and that is the truth. All right. So listen to me. All right. He's gonna go away. He's gonna come back. You're gonna miss him. You're not gonna miss him. This is my life, right? You got me? Good. Good work. We're gonna move on, Murray. You're getting it. So let's bring it in for a final farewell. I gave you what the character was wearing. I love the hoop earrings. Those are great. The hair in the back is good. We're just going to ground it a little bit more. You have any questions?
You want me to do it for next week again? And
I want you to have a final farewell performance as the character. What does she want? We ask her, so what does she feel about, what's her emotional attitude towards the audience? Well, do you love them? Do you hate them? Do you hate, him? You hate him and you love him. You know what I mean? But this is where you are. You resent them, but you still love them.
This is my life.
You want to help him, then you want to, what do you want from him?
Exactly.
Okay.
Perfect.
These are important questions we ask ourselves. Why do we ask ourselves questions? For behavior, to get the behavior. But we also always must be grounded in what our purpose is. We all have a purpose. You wake up in the morning, you want to make breakfast, you make a coffee. It's as simple as that. So ask yourself, what's the purpose of me being here? Okay. To let them know marriage is not all what it's cracked up to be. All you sucker lovers, you Romeo and Juliets out there, listen to the truth. All right. Give them the truth. All right, Myrna, you got it.
Sounds great. I'm excited. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Okay, good. Now, Myrna, Soraya, wave your hands. There you go. There's Soraya. Okay. What we got, Soraya?
I have more socks.
More socks. Good. The background is good. Good. Okay.
And I put my hair back.
Yes, that's something that Piomi is going to do next time. And Piomi has, if she's still watching us, Piomi has talent. She shouldn't be discouraged, because I'm going to get something for her to do that's a little bit simpler But everyone, for everyone, we don't really need any kind of distractions from other people. So even if we have to be in the freaking bathroom alone, we lock it and we do this in the bathtub if we have to.
Yeah.
Because that shows that you really want to do this. Okay, so I'm going to shut my mouth and you begin when you want to.
Okay, I'm trying to do my best. I having some memory foggy, but this is
Don't
my
make
best.
excuses, because you know why? Because
Listen, I'm here.
I'm going to give you an example. I'm just going to say something. You came into rehearsal, right? I've given you the job. You're not going to tell the director, I'm having some memory problems here and everything. Because what in rehearsal, Soraya, I'm not looking for something finished. You don't got to tell me that. That's okay. I'm glad you're having memory problems. By the 6th or 7th performance, you're not going to have memory problems. Okay? So don't worry.
Thank you.
You have to have the script in your hand. Have the script. If you're having memory problems, get that script in your hand. There you go. All right. Don't cover your face, but okay. Anytime you're ready.
Okay, so I act like I talking with you. It's okay?
You don't got to tell me. You just begin to talk.
Okay. Bobby, I go to the laundromat to do a wash. Included in the wash are 8 pair of socks. After the wash come 6 pair of socks and 1 gray sock and 1 blue sock. A week later, I go back to do a wash. Included in the wash 6 pair of socks. After the wash come 4 pair of socks, plus 1 black sock and 1 gray socks. A week later, I go to the laundromat to do a wash. After the wash come 2 pair of socks. The other sock never show up. The next day, I go to the laundromat as an experiment. I put nothing but my last 2 pair of socks. Out of the wash, I come a body stocking. In the body stocking, I find a note. The note say, keep trying with the love of nature and bring the machine more sock. I'm not crazy.
Okay.
See.
Good. Scene. We need to, it's getting there, Soraya. You're getting there. Remember that the note validates everything that you're saying prior to Peter, did I give you an assignment? Yes, I gave you an assignment, right?
Yeah, you said Pulitzer Prize.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure. So I'm going to cross that out. Soraya, you're getting there, but I want we're going to do it. We're going to begin again. You just want you just to. You're talking to me, all right, and we're at a cafe, all right. So there are people around the cafe. You're not going to be too loud because you don't want to think you're crazy. They want to think you're crazy. So you want to be at the cafe on the level of conversation, okay? Now, you want to string me along is what you're doing. You're leading me down a path. Lead me down that path and then give me the final note. Okay, so begin again from the beginning. We're at a cafe. Don't say Bobby. Just tell me about the situation that you've had. Soraya, I'm going to ask you. You're at the cafe. Now you're sitting at, how do you sit at a cafe? How do you think you sit?
I don't know that.
What do you mean? You never been to sit at a cafe? It might be a little bit, how are you sitting at a cafe? I mean, what do you think? Are you at a table there? No. You got to ask yourself, Well, let me see how I sit at a cafe. I could be, on the chair like this, all right?
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, let me see you turn around like your shoulder this way, the way I am. That's it. No, wait, more.
Like this one, this side or this side?
Any side is good. Just turn around a little bit more. Get that shoulder in front of you like that. There. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's a good start. Yeah. Oh, I like that. Yeah. Stay there. All right. Uh-huh. All right.
I'm sorry, I'm funny.
That's like, don't say you're sorry. It's good, but this is a good starting point because you're getting a good behavior. We're getting real life from you.
It's like,
Yeah, no, wait, no, it's I'll say go. So I want you to do this like you really like this guy, Bobby, right? You really like him. So you want you to do it as if it's a bit seductive, like you really like him a lot. So do it like you really like this guy. So get you on your side like this. Do the
okay.
side.
Oh,
Don't lose the side.
I say everything again?
Yeah, you're gonna begin again, but I want you to get the position. Yeah, like that. Yeah, like no wait, it's like that. There you go. All right. Get the script. Got the script. Keep it in your hand. All right. Now look at the camera. Okay, look at the camera. All right. Now go to the script and begin. Start looking at the camera. Looking at me is looking at the camera. You're going to start the first lines. You're going to look at the first lines. I look at the first lines. Oh, it says, I went to the laundromat to do a wash. Then I say, I went to the laundromat to do a wash. Okay. And then I'll look back and then I'll go back to the lines. Okay. Back and forth. Go back and forth. Connect back and forth. Okay. Go ahead.
I go to the laundromat to do a wash.
Easy, more conversational. It's seductive. It's, you like this guy.
Okay.
Go ahead. You're being as sexy as you can be.
I go to the laundromat to do a wash.
Is that you being sexy? Yeah, you like,
I
be sexy, be low. You don't want everybody to hear this. You don't want everybody to hear this. I go to the laundromat to do a wash. Soraya, I went to the laundromat to do a wash.
Oh.
So try it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I go to the laundromat to do a wash.
Easy now.
Included in the wash, a pair of socks. After the wash,
Just say the words. Say the words. Just say the words like I'm talking. Be conversational. Say the words. Don't emphasize what you're doing. I went to the laundromat. Just talk to me. I want to just talk to me, but you're seducing me at the same time. You're being sexy.
Okay. I go to the laundromat to do a wash. Included in the wash, a pair of socks. After the wash come 6 pairs of socks and 1 gray sock and 1 blue sock. A bit later, I go back to do a wash.
Okay. All right. That's enough. I want you to bring this in next time. Start learning the lines by rote, memorizing the lines. Try to memorize the lines because obviously, we got to get it inside you. But at the same time, you really like this guy that you're talking to. You're being sexy with him. But at the same time, by the time you give him the note, you're telling him, he's like all crazy, but then you bring the machine more socks. Try everything with the laws of nature and bring the machine more socks. And then you leave. Because you don't really like him. You strung him along. You wanted to lead him on. Okay? You got me? But I want you to think about making it, learning it, Soraya, learning it like the way you are now. how you're sitting is more relaxed. Relax your voice, relax. You're stringing him along, and because he might think you're berserk, because it happens to everybody, the sock problem. But then you got the body stocking. You get a real body stocking. Be sexy with the body stocking. Quit trifling and take it out. Make it set, and bring in some more socks. And then you leave, and then you just leave. You leave them flat. Okay.
Like,
So you got it there. Yes, you got it there. Yes. All right.
like sexy. Yeah, okay, I understand.
Kiss of the Spider Woman. Watch that movie. Kiss of the Spider Woman. All right. Evermore Buho. Love the Magician. That's another. Kiss of the Spider Woman. Check that film out. Yeah, because you're giving yourself a purpose of being here. For you, I'm just making it. The reality is that you're at a cafe. You think he's cute, but at the same time, it'll never work. So,
Yep.
you leave him on, you're fooling him. Okay. All right. So try to bring that for the next time, Soroy. Okay. Good work. You're getting there. All right.
Thank you.
But you got to learn it. You got to learn it. All right.
Yeah, I'm learning, but I'm having some memory foggy because I have a car accident, and that is the problem. I'm learning, but I forget. So I'm learning every day. So thank you.
I think Soroya, I think I want to get something a little bit less dialogue. So you're doing good with this, but I'm gonna give you something with less dialogue, because I think that if we work with a smaller piece from Hold Me, we can maybe perhaps more than the language here and the memorization. Okay. It's not that you can't do it, but I want to work with something smaller for you. Okay. I feel like we should work smaller. All right. So that's what we'll do. I'll give you the smaller piece. Not now, but I know I got to give it to you. I got to give it to Piomi. Peter has it. Anyone else will let him know. Okay. We're going to move on from this piece. I want to give you something smaller so you can have more command of it. We'll start small and then we'll increase it. We'll come back to this. We'll come back to this. All right. So
thank you.
You're welcome. And we're next is Lee. Hey, Lee. Okay, here we are. Okay, Dick. What we got, Lee?
For Leah Missy Lloyd, number 11, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. What?
It's our first read. It's our final farewell. It's our first reading.
No, it's a first read.
Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
So I'm doing Pulitzer Prize.
Yeah.
Okay. 30 years ago, I won the Pulitzer Prize for journalism. My father said, so what? 3 years later, I won the National Book Award for fiction. My father
first
said.
Reading. Where's the script? Did you learn? You learned it? Okay.
Yeah.
So I have the script in front of you.
It is.
Yeah, it is. Okay. All right. What I'm saying
3 years later.
What I want people to do on the first reading, Lee, is just have the script. Don't worry about the awards and everything. We want to try to get the literal sense of what you're saying. We don't want to move too fast. So just stick to the script right now and don't worry about it. And then we're going to get to it. I do love what you're wearing. That's a great plus. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Let's just stick to the script and go from there. And don't worry about all the prizes and everything. We're going to get to that. All right.
Okay.
Take a second and ladies and gentlemen, I'll bring you up. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Humanitarian Award this year is Leah Missy Lloyd. Let's give her a big round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, talk to that camera. Thank you to the camera, because you're going to say
thank you. Thank you.
Oh, let me bring you up again. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Humanitarian Award is Leah Missy Lloyd. Let's give her a good hand.
Thank you. Thank you. 30 years ago, I won the Pulitzer Prize for journalism. My father said, so what? 3 years later, I won the National Book Award for fiction. My father said, big deal. 5 years later, I won the Tony Award for playwright. My father said, when are you going to make some money? 8 years later, I won the Academy Award for everything. My father said, who needs it? 13 years later, I won the Nobel Prize for Peace. My father dropped dead. Who says you can't win them all?
That's a good start. But that's a good start. What do you think? Again, what's the message? What do you think is we know who you're talking to, and you're proud of what you've done, what you've accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think you're saying here, Lee?
Never give up, no matter what. And just never give up, no matter what. No matter what anybody says, even your family.
Okay. And what do you think you're doing?
Encouraging people.
Mm-hmm. A little bit
Just
stronger than
kind of
others.
listing my accomplishments.
The book of Proverbs is about wisdom, right?
Yes.
Read the wisdom in Proverbs and you apply it to yourself. You're a professor, right?
Yes.
This is as if you're a professor. We're going to go back to the script. You're a professor. Thankful. You want to impart and share what you've learned as a human being about the people around you, people who are surrounded by you. There are good and there are bad. Sometimes family members can even fuck you up.
Yeah.
In my case, they didn't. And what? You shouldn't let that happen. Okay? Now, begin again.
Okay.
Not going to bring you up.
Okay. 30 years ago, I won the Pulitzer Prize for journalism. My father said, so what? 3 years later, I won the National Book Award for fiction. My father said, big deal. 5 years later, I won the Tony Award for playwright. My father said, when are you going to make some money?
A Tony
8
Award
years.
for what? Tony Award for what? Every single thing you've done is fantastic. A Tony Award
Tony
for
Award for playwriting.
Good. Move on.
My father said, when are you going to make some money?
My father said what?
When are you going to make some money?
No, repeat. My father said, when are you going to make some money? Right? So don't do it like I did. My father said what?
My father said, when are you going to make some money?
Good.
8 years later, I won the Academy Award for everything.
I won the Academy Award for what?
Everything.
I'll repeat the sentence. I won the Academy. The what is the last word that you're listening to, but you're going to repeat the beginning sentence. I won the Academy Award for what?
I won the Academy Award for everything. My father said, who needs it?
Your father said what?
Who needs it?
My father said, you repeat those for all sentence. My father said, who needs it, right? My father said what?
My father said, who needs it? 13 years later, I won the Nobel Prize for Peace.
I won the what?
I won the Nobel Prize for Peace. My father dropped dead.
My father did what?
My father dropped dead. Who says you can't win them all?
Who says what?
Who says you can't win them all?
Now
win
you get
them all.
Just what I'm saying to you.
Mm.
The what is the beginning of learning what you're doing. You know, you're going to find out what you're doing by listening to the what, by the literal, this exercise is for the literal sense, everyone, of gradually working up to speed. Okay. Now, bring in a second reading of it. Okay. I like the dress that you have. And we'll talk about the next reading. We're going to talk about some character elements. We'll talk about what your intention is, and then we'll go right to the script. I want to do like a character, like a breakdown of. I want to start working on the second reading, which is about mapping out a course for the character. What I would be doing here, like with what you're doing, is reading about rereading the, in my, I could read it and read it out loud, but thinking about who this person really is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This person is a freaking genius, because I mean, Nobel Prize, Academy Award, Emmy Award. I mean, just crazy. It's just, but very, very smart to even get up and do an acceptance speech like this, Lee. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, but I want to start having a character element talk, and what's the theme of the piece? What is it that you're doing? What's the purpose? And we're going to talk about that, and then we'll do the speech. Okay.
Okay.
You understand what we're going for?
Yes.
There is a book called Advice to the Players.
Okay.
And Bobby Lewis, who I studied with, wrote it. And if everyone who wants to do it, get the book and read about read the whole book. It's the first part of the book is about exercises, but the second part of the book is about putting on the play and where you should be at and what you should be doing with the director. So if you can get that and read that second part, that's what I'm trying to impart to everybody, that the process of mapping out a course for the character. And like sometimes we don't know what all the time we know you're not going to have all the answers, but it's important that you try to have a few. For the first reading, it's the intention of what you're doing. All you want is to read for intention. You have film reading, for a film, you're not doing a finished performance. You're just listening to the what you're doing. And then you're going to go home and do some rehearsal. What is it? Your dress is perfect. I really believe that you are that person.
Yes, thank you. No, I put this on special for this. So.
Yeah, no, I know you did. It's very
thank
good.
you.
So it's a good start. And your earrings, and I believe there's a studious person right then and there. But now we have to work from the inside. Started working from the inside of how important it is to you. But others that surround you that don't give you accolades. Keep going, right? My father dropped dead. Who says well, I'm not going to do it, but it's a big message there in the end, never really accepted you. So, say, okay. All right.
Okay.
All right, Lee, good work.
Okay.
Good work. You're on the good start. You're welcome. Okay. We have Zamira. Hey, Zamira.
Hello.
Hey, I know what you're doing. So whenever you're ready, you start your piece.
Okay. I'll never be like you. There's a whole mysterious country out there, Maddie. And I'm going to see it all. As soon as I can, I'm leaving. I'm going to see Chicago and New York, the big cities up north, where everybody stays up all night long drinking black coffee. Life's more serious up there. I've heard of those all-night programs where people phone in and talk about their problems. They got a lot of serious problems up there. That's all I gotta say. I want to see Grand Central Station, the crossroads of America, and the tallest buildings in the world. Skywriting, floating on the clouds above the buildings all day long. See Tin Pan Alley and Times Square and new boys everywhere you look, and gangsters and baseball players. People talking to newspaper headlines. Every place is going out of business and everybody can be broke. Or I might go to California where the sun's always hot and you can see movie stars walk into the drugstore and buy aspirin just like normal people. I might go there. I might. There's orange groves and private eyes, and they say it never rains. Or I might go down south where they burn crosses in their lawns and hide their idiot sons in the attic. To Florida, where the hotels look like big white wedding cakes and millionaires drive down a boulevard with the tops down, smoking cigars. Moonlight, palm trees, water sprouts, things I never saw before. Or I might go to Georgia, where nobody ever goes, to the mountains where hillbillies play their fiddle and drink moonshine, and it's raining cats and dogs. They marry down there when they're 11 years old. You don't know what you might do down there. The rain pours down, and there's a house I heard about where there's no law of gravity and the water runs uphill. Wonderful things all over America. And I'm going to see them all. Just let me be any place but here in Oklahoma.
Oh, Seam, that was very good, Samira. Good job. I mean, I really felt the hope and the dream in the beginning. You could take your time, just at the end, to look where you are, kind of, you know. Let's just do the end a little bit. Let's just tweak it a little bit. Just the end. Everything's good. Just give me the last city that you would go to, and then take a second and then look around you, and then give us the lines of the reality of where you're at. Because when you say anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Or I might go to Georgia, where nobody ever goes, to the mountains where it's raining cats and dogs, and the hillbillies play their fiddle and drink moonshine. And there's a house I heard about where the water runs uphill and there's no law of gravity. Wonderful things all over America. And I'm going to see them all. Just let me be any place.
Don't rush it. Don't rush it. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Take your time with it. Give it time. Look around you. See, and now as the actor, you got to see what you hate to do. The dishwasher, the people. Let me see that, okay? There's a lot of, see everybody in the in-between, and the silences is going to define you, not just the dialogue, but the silences, and especially in film, that defines us. So give me the intro again, and then take your time. I want you to see the things around, and then give us the line. But see them, let them really filter through you. Go ahead.
So start over from the last place?
No, yeah, from the last little bit of hope, and then go into the, yeah.
Okay. There's a house I heard about where there's no law of gravity and the water runs uphill. Wonderful things all over America. And I'm going to see them all. Just let me be any place but here in Oklahoma.
Stay in character. Look at one spot. Don't leave, don't. Boy, that reads big. Everybody see that? Good job. That's it. You got it, baby. Yeah. Good work. Good work. I'm really proud of you. Really good job. You got me up really this play, which is from, I know I have it here, written by Ed Bullins, right? I know I have it. It's a really wonderful play, right? It's Comanche Cafe by William Hauptmann. It's terrific. So we'll move on from here, Zamira. I'll get something else for you. I'll give you another assignment. But you really did terrific work. And everyone should really understand. I mean, I know we felt her hope and her dreams, and then the reality of, because we all, of where she was at. And then how, with the note that I gave, how she took that and she made it real for herself, because she saw the things that, she came down back to, she was in Zero Gravity, Bill, which is a good documentary for people to see. It's a documentary about Wayne Shorter. Everyone, if you want to write down Zero Gravity on Hulu or Netflix or one of the channels, you find out where it's at. But she was in zero gravity. She's floating everywhere and she's great. And then all of a sudden, she's back on Earth. And that's what we have to see. That's what makes the reality and the humanness of the piece alive. Zamira, and you brought it to us. Thank you very much. We'll move on to something else, okay? Next.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. We're going to go with, I can't even read my handwriting. Who's next? Raise your hand. Ah, there, Andrea. Okay, Andrea, sorry. I can't read my hand. What else is no? We're going a little bit over tonight, but who cares? What are we doing? We're all in the house. All right. Okay. Ooh, okay, good. Okay. Anyway, time you're ready, Andrea.
Ready.
Mm-hmm.
By the time Frank told me that he was going on a business trip for a month, I had lost all feeling for him. Each night at dinner, he'd come, I'd try to rekindle the flame, but all I could think of as he gobbled up my chicken is, all I am is a servant to you, Frank. So when he announced he had to go away, I was delighted. While Frank was away, I could find myself again. I could make plans. The first week Frank was away, I got tired. Oh, I'm sorry. The first week Frank was away.
It's a second reading, right?
No, this is like the fifth. It's like
a fifth reading. I'm sorry. Let's start from the beginning again.
Okay.
And take a sip of coffee before you begin. No, before you begin the monologue. I want you to use the prop, to really use the prop.
Okay.
You look great. Everything is fantastic. I don't want to take you out of character. But I want you to take a second before you come in front of the audience. You want to fix that right, correctly. Fix your headdress. It's going to bother you. Fix it that it's fastened correctly. Is it fastened? It's not going to fall off your head. Okay, now you got to do that.
Okay.
Okay. Before you start, take a nice sip. No, but I want you to do that sip of the coffee. I want you to blow into this hot. Let's endow it a little bit. Let's make it hot. And then when you sip it, you really enjoy it, you know. Don't do that, but you know, I love this coffee. All right, let's see you really love it.
Okay.
Give it life. Give the coffee life. Okay, go ahead. And you're going to begin.
By the time Frank told me he was going away on a business trip for a month, I lost all feeling for him. Each dinner, when he'd come, I'd try to rekindle the flame, but all I could think of as he gobbled up my chicken is, all I am is a servant to you, Frank. So when he announced he had to go away, I was delighted. When Frank was away, I could find myself again. I could make plans. The first week Frank was away, I went out 7 times. The phone never stopped ringing. I had a marvelous time. The second week Frank was away, I got tired of the same old lines, the same old faces. I remembered what drove me to marry Frank in the first place. The third week Frank was away, I felt closer to him than I had in years. I stayed home. I read Jane Austen. I slept on Frank's side of the bed. The fourth week Frank was away, I fell madly in love with him. I hated myself for my withdrawal, for my failure of him. The fifth week, Frank came home. The minute he walked in and said, "I'm back, darling," I withdrew. I can hardly wait for Frank to go on another business trip so I can love Frank again.
Good. You're there, Andrea. You really are there. But, the thing is, are you going to learn it? You want to learn it instead of you want to learn it. You want to do it again, learning it, like memorizing it, because you're looking at the script, right? So we did this 5 times. Did we do it 5?
I have it.
Times?
I've done
So
it many times without being in front of people. It's being in front of people makes me a little nervous. So.
All right. Well, what's gonna help you is
What?
what's gonna help you is you're gonna read this till you're sick of it. Not in front of the mirror. Read it to somebody, to someone, or even by yourself. You're gonna read it till you're sick of it. Okay, again and again and again, till you get it inside, till you know it so good. All right. That it's not gonna matter. Then you're gonna let it rip. And then you're gonna do what you're doing. So what you're talking to the audience, we have discussed this tonight, that you're coming out to the audience and you got your cup of coffee and you got your robe and you're standing up and you're going to saying, and the message behind what you're saying is that marriage ain't cracked up what's supposed to be, right? So you're going to charm the audience. I want you to charm them, to keep charming them until the reality at the end is what? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Let's begin it again. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but beginning by doing something, by charming them. Okay. All right. Anytime you're ready.
Okay. By the time Frank told me he was going away on a business trip for a month, I had lost all feeling for him. Each time as he came to dinner, all I could think of as he gobbled up my chicken is, "All I am is a servant to you, Frank." So when he announced he had to go away on a business trip, I was delighted. While Frank was away, I could find myself again. I could make plans. The first week Frank was away, I went out 7 times. The phone never stopped ringing. I had a marvelous time. The second week Frank was away, I got tired of the same old lines, the same old faces. I remember what drove me to marry Frank in the first place. The third week Frank was away.
Keep charming him. The third week. You got it? You get what I'm saying? That was good. That was good. You felt the difference, right? Because you were doing something, you were charming them. And also, everyone, think about what you're saying. You had a great time. It was great. I could see myself partying. Everybody wants my love. You're at the disco. I might go flashbacks. If I was filming this, maybe I would have a few flashbacks of you in the party dancing and going crazy. And then I'd have you like flashback into I'd have a few flashbacks of you like at home, like being bored and everything. But as you were talking, you would be doing a narrative. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, So, okay, you got the gist of what I'm saying, right? Charm me, learn it, and we'll do a final farewell performance of it.
Okay.
Charm them until the end, right? And I gave you the end. The end is the end. Oh, but cherish it, it's like, and then you cherish, that's so easy to say, but right, it's honestly, all right, I'm not going to give it to you, okay? But you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Because we're always doing something. We're always doing something.
Yeah.
All right, very good,
Okay.
Andrea. Good.
Thank you.
I see improvement. Okay, Andrea, and we got. Who's next? More. It starts with a freaking M. Ah, there we are. And then Tina's next. Good. Tina's next. Okay. All right. Oh, I see. I see a nudge. Okay, don't worry about it. We're going to get it to everybody. Okay. Okay. All right. Angel. Angel, you're next, right?
Hi.
Unmute yourself. Okay, there you are.
There we go. I
Oh.
don't, you had me do this as a jury, but I don't have a business suit, so I kind of just threw on a black shirt.
All right, it's okay. It's all right. You can, I like it. It's good.
Sorry about all the craziness in the background. My son had his first soccer game of the season today at the same time as this started, so I've been kind of chaotic.
I wouldn't know. I mean, just so you know, I mean, usually directors don't know what you're going through. They don't really care what you're going through.
Yeah.
You don't have to really apologize. It's all right. I believe you. All right. I don't
I
see anything
appreciate it.
wrong. Okay.
All right, this is my third reading.
Okay.
Do you want me to put the ladies and gentlemen as you had me the last time do it?
No, I
Or
want
do you
you
want me
to
to
just
the script?
stick to the script. We did that so we can control
Get
the
a feel.
problem. The problem was
Okay.
the reality of the
There's
universe.
no bad. I go to the laundromat to do a wash. Included in the wash are 8 pairs of socks. Out of the wash comes 6 pairs of socks.
All right, why are you yelling so much? Why are you yelling? Who are you talking to? The jury? You're a lawyer?
Yes, that's what you had me do the last
Yeah,
time.
okay, you're a lawyer. You're a
I guess
lawyer?
emphasizing it.
Well, you're a
makes-
jury. You're a juror. You're not really a lawyer here. I wouldn't say
The
you.
jury is. I'd like the
Yeah, you're
you said that had me
you're testifying.
okay. The
Testifying.
last time you had me start as ladies and the gentlemen of the jury, and you're having me picture that I'm walking back and forth talking to the people on the stand to listen to like what the verdict would be.
Okay, well then do it then. Give your final you call that closing statement.
Closing statement.
Okay, then really do it, but don't yell it, okay?
Okay. I didn't have like a regular manila folder, so I used the different folder.
I'm
I'm
not judging
trying
you.
here.
Listen, this is like the non-judgment zone here. Don't worry about it. For you, it's okay. It's all right. I'm not judging. Okay, I just want to,
I
what I
appreciate
want to
it.
see is what I want to see is getting closer to having the right behavior. Listen, this is a process. You're not going to get acting overnight. The influencers on TikTok are going to get acting overnight in their minds. But when it comes to having a script, it's going to be a whole different story. They're not going to know what they're doing. But we are going to know what we're doing because we have a technique, and we're going to apply ourselves. We're going to apply our technique with our hearts and say something honest. So say something honest here. Anytime you're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I go to the laundromat to do a wash. Included in the wash are 8 pairs of socks. Out of the wash comes 6 pairs of socks, plus a gray sock and a blue sock. A week later, I go do a wash. Included in the wash are 6 pairs of socks. Out of the wash comes 4 pairs of socks, plus 1 black sock and 1 green sock. A week later, I go to the laundromat. Out of the wash comes 2 pairs of socks. The other socks never show up. The next day, I go to the laundromat. As an experiment, I put nothing but my last 2 pairs of socks. Out of the wash comes a body stocking. And in that body stocking is a note. The note says, quit trifling with the laws of nature and bring the machine more socks. Exhibit A.
Okay. Yeah, I believe that you were in front of the jury. I certainly did believe that you were there. Yeah, I think we got closer to what the purpose of why you're here. Let's do one more.
Okay.
But I want to change it around. I want you to be the one on to swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna switch it around. You're not the counselor now. Okay, and I'll bring you up. I'll ask you the question. And then you're just going to explain to the jury, testify to them. That's what you're doing. You're testifying.
Okay.
Myrna, Angel, Myrna, geez. Angels, people. Angel, do you swear to tell the truth? Put your hand on the Bible, please. That's good. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this is Angel Ballard, and she's going to explain her issue with the washing machine and her taking a baseball bat to it and smashing it. Don't laugh. Okay.
Okay.
I'll say that again.
She's frustrated, right?
Good. She took a baseball bat to the washing machine. We're bringing her up on here. Anytime you're ready, you want to tell us what happened.
Thank you. Your Honor, I go to the laundromat to do a wash.
You don't say Your Honor.
No,
You
just go into
you
okay.
just go into it because the jury is who you got to talk to here.
Okay.
All right.
I go to the laundromat. I go to the laundromat to do a wash. Included in the wash are 8 pairs of socks. Out of the wash comes 6 pairs of socks, and 1 gray sock and 1 blue sock. The next week, I go to the laundromat. I do a wash. Included in the wash are 6 pairs of socks. Out of the wash comes 4 pairs of socks, plus a black sock and a green sock. A week later, I go to the laundromat to do a wash. Out of the wash comes 2 pairs of socks, and the rest of them never show up. So the next day I go to laundromat, and as an experiment, I put my last 2 pairs of socks in there. Out of the wash comes a body stocking. In the body stocking, it has a note. The note says, "Quit trifling with the laws of nature and bring the machine more socks."
Okay. All right. That was better. I'm going to make you move on. I want you to do from Hold Me. There's a thing called Christmas Present.
Okay.
Present. And Jerome or Dina is going to send you the play. Have they sent you the play yet?
No.
We need to get the play. Request to read the whole entire play.
Okay. And it's called Hold Me?
Hold Me that's where this piece is from. Everyone who hasn't read the entire play, please make a note. Request the play from Deneen or Jerome. They'll email it to you. They have no problem emailing it to you. If they didn't have it, they would tell me and I would send it to you. When I say read the play, and you're going to do Christmas Present. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to shorten some of the pieces so we can kind of impart what I'm trying to say. Some of the pieces are a little too long, but good work. It's improving, Angel. It's improving.
Thank you.
Okay? All right.
I appreciate it. Appreciate all your help.
That's okay. You're welcome. And I appreciate you too. Okay.
Thank
so
you.
now we have
have a blessed night.
Tina, right? Who's next?
Hi, Bobby.
Hey,
I think
Tina. Okay, so thanks for bearing with us. We went a little bit over, but it's okay. We want to try to get everybody in. Okay. Whenever you're ready,
Okay.
take your time.
I'd been so deprived in my childhood that I believe the rich were all happy. During the summer, you spent your vacations in Europe or the Orient. I went to work, and I resented that. But then I realized many lives are ruined by poverty, and many lives are ruined by wealth. But I was always able to manage. And I think I enjoyed myself as much when I went to Revere Beach on my day off as you did when you visited the Taj Mahal. And then when I stopped feeling envy, I started noticing the waste. And I began feeling contempt for those who, having everything a person could ask for, made such a mess of it. I resented them because they're not better than the poor. If you have all you need, then you should be generous. If you can afford to go to school, your mind should be better. And if you didn't have to fight for your place on earth, you should be nobler. but I saw them cheating and grabbing like the kids in the slums and wasting away with self-indulgence. And I saw them just being plain stupid. If there's a reason why some are rich while others starve, it must be that they put everything they have at the service of others. They should take the responsibility of everything that happens in the world. They're the only ones that can influence things. The poor don't have power to change things. I think we should teach the poor and let the rich take care of themselves. I'm sorry. I know that's what we're doing. That's what Emma has been doing. I'm sorry. I guess that's not enough. I'll wash my face and I'll be right back. I think highly of you all.
Yeah, we're getting closer, Tina. Yeah, really getting closer to Paula. Yeah, it was much better. I mean, this is our second read. Oh, first read is a second read, right?
Second read.
Yeah. Have you read the play?
I've read it, but I'm trying to find out if she's more frustrated, if she cries and loses it in the end, because it's kind of ups and downs of everybody throughout the thing. Good times, bad times of women. So yeah.
Well, there's a class difference here, right? She comes from more humble, but yet she finds herself with people enjoy her company. But there's a certain truth to what she's saying. It's simple and it's direct. What you're doing is simple, calm, and she's not showing any what do you say? Go ahead, Tina.
Well, I think she's trying to approach them, but still in a way where she's an underdog because she still thinks highly of them all. She wants to get in their face, but also she has a little respect being of lower income, having to address this.
There's a lot of inner life here for what she's going through. She's in a world of waste. I mean, now that she's tasted, she sees what, now she's lived this other life of, being around these people who are, and she sees them, like kind of throwing away their lives and getting into whatever they get into, and they're spoiled little brats. The question is, how do you tell them they're spoiled little brats without hurting their feelings? You know what I mean? That's the key to this thing, I think,
Right. So it borders on the line of how angry or how wound up do you get when you're trying to still maintain your dignity? I think she's speaking from a humble place. I don't know.
Yeah, there's an honesty. She's a very intelligent person. There's an honesty coming from her. I mean, she's out with her friends. You're out with your friends, and somehow I don't get a feeling of place from but that doesn't matter.
Well, when she started being envy, then started noticing the waste, then she started feeling contempt for those around having everything. So then she can get bitter there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went to River Beach on my day off then when I stopped feeling envy, I started noticing the waste. Right. I believe, let's do it simply. Let's keep that in mind with the inner life that she has. This hurt will and should come through despite her attempts to hold. There's a hurt here, but you're holding it back. There's a kernel of hurt that we have to find. How you do it is we're circling around to try to figure it out. Let's hear it again. We're gonna keep rehearsing this. Let's hear it again.
Next week or now?
No, now we're gonna do it now.
Okay, the whole thing.
Unless you got to go. I mean, yeah. Let's
No.
start.
Okay.
Well, let's begin with that inner where does this take place, this big conversation? Because I haven't read the play in a long
Well,
time.
part of it sometimes is in the kitchen and the bedroom. They kind of hop from place to place. So I think she's in the kitchen and then she leaves the room at the end.
Right, so they're all in the kitchen hanging out, right?
Right, right.
They might have a glass of wine, they're drinking wine, they're just shooting the shit. Is that what's happening here?
Yeah.
And I guess you finally get your chance to speak, right?
Okay, after a glass of wine.
Maybe a couple
Okay.
scotches. Then that's a truth serum, right? So maybe
Okay.
how about a couple of martinis, you know?
Okay. I had been so deprived in my childhood that I believe the rich were all happy.
Let's have you start with your back to the wall. Let me see you lean back. Lean back. Can you lean back and hit the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. You know, I'm not telling you to be mean or anything. I'm just telling you,
Okay.
you know,
Just like,
yeah,
okay.
you're back to the wall, maybe your head back, and we're looking for a posture that, you know, and then when your head's back, you can kind of come up and see them. First, see them, Tina. See if their spoiledness or whatever, you know, their bed's back. And, that's good right there, like that. And see them first, and then begin whenever you want to. Stay back there like that, and then you'll have some place to go to.
Well, I'd been so deprived in my childhood that I believed the rich were all happy during the
Stay back
summer.
there. Stay back there, Tina, because you know why? You stay back there because that's a word. It's like it's as if you're on top of a tower. You're like you watching them like God is watching us.
Okay.
So when you're looking back, when you're back to them, you're just seeing them, you know, and then start it like that. And then you'll find a spot that you may want to move up, you know.
Okay.
Start it like that, like you're observing them. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Anytime you're ready.
I'd been so deprived in my childhood.
But first, I want you to see them a little bit. Give yourself 20 seconds.
Okay. I'd been so deprived in my childhood that I believed the rich were all happy. During the summer, you spent your vacations in Europe or in the Orient. I went to work, and I resented that. But then I realized that many lives are ruined by poverty and many lives are ruined by wealth. But I was always able to manage. And I think I enjoyed myself as much when I went to the Revere Beach on my day off as you did when you went to the Taj Mahal. Then, when I stopped feeling envy, I started noticing the waste. I began feeling contempt for those who, having everything that they need, would make such a mess of it all. I resented them because they're not any better than the poor. If you have all you need, you should be generous. If you can afford to go to school, well, your mind should be better. And if you didn't have to fight for your place on earth, you should be nobler. But I saw them cheating and grabbing like the kids in the slums, or wasting away with self-indulgence. And I saw them be plain stupid. If there's a reason why some are rich while others starve, it must be that they put everything they have at the service of others. They should take the responsibility of everything that happens in the world. They're the only ones who can influence things. The poor don't have the power to change things. I think we should teach the poor and let the rich take care of themselves. I'm sorry. I guess I feel it's not enough. I'll wash my face and be right back. I think highly of you all.
Holy shit, that was good. Good work. That's it. You know, I really, I don't really want to give it up. I'd like to have one more time you do this, but that's exactly, I don't know if everyone was listening, but I was, and now I understand what she's saying. And washing your face is, you know, is the truth. I mean, you're like, It's good. I only got too much to say. At the second time, really, you got it, Tina. You know, you're a good actress. You know, you really have a good feel for it, and it's there for sure, because you just needed to get over it, to slow it down and start. You see how the position of starting kind of gave you the note of, I'm not blowing my own horn, I'm just saying, observing them at first, you know, and then.
Yeah,
Huh?
I think when you told me that, I could remain an outsider and then come in from
Right.
experience. So I
I
like that.
really, yeah. So let's do a final farewell and keep rehearsing it. And you're on the right track. You're circling, you're coming in to the wagon train. You see the opening. I see that you see the opening. Let's bring it in one more time, because it really is, wow, this is really powerful. They did it in Brooklyn. A friend of mine, she was the artistic director, Karen Orbis. They did it in their season, but this was done in the American Place Theater. All the American Place Theater stuff in the late 60s, the 70s, Sam Shepard, Eric Bogosian, all the stuff that Win Hammond, the artistic director, chose was great language. So the language here is so important that you paint the picture here. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind for the next time of painting that, keep painting that, weaving that tail, painting that picture, making it a reality. You're on the right track. Let's do it one more time. But good work, Tina. Good work. And I'll have something for you for the following thing, okay? Good work.
Okay.
All right. We're moving on. Reggie Lewis Jamal, right? Reggie, are you there? Or did Reggie leave? Who's next? Reginald.
I'm here, but I didn't have anything.
Right. Oh, I have to, Reggie,
You have to give me
I got
something.
you. I have to give you something. I'll say, let me check.
Yeah.
Andrea. Where's Andrea? Is Andrea still here?
Yes, I'm here.
Wave your hand, Andrea. Okay. I'm going to get you something, right? I'm going to get you, do we have something for next time or
Do you want me to do Conventioner's Wife again or no?
What did I say to you?
You said, let's do it one more time, I think, because I needed to not, because I was kind of reading a little bit.
One more time. I don't know why I
Yeah.
put you down for a check mark. Zamira needs new work. Payomi needs a new thing. Soroya needs something. Zamira needs something. And who else hasn't worked that they want to work? All right, we're all good then, right? Okay, and Reggie?
Me.
Okay, who's me? Nat, Alba, who? Naj?
Alaba.
Who? Wave your hand. Oh, Marjorie. My Marjorie, okay. You got, okay, Marge. Reggie needs something, Payomi, Soroya, Zamira. Okay. Okay, Marge.
Okay, Marge.
Why am I getting?
Why am I getting feed?
Somebody mute them. Well, it's all right. You're going to go ahead. Anytime you're ready, Marge.
30 years ago, I won a Pulitzer Prize for journalism. My father said, so what? 3 years later, I won the National Book Award for fiction. My father said, big deal. 5 years later, I won the Tony Award for playwriting. My father said, when are you gonna make some money? 13 years later, can I start over?
Yeah, sure.
I dropped the line.
That's okay. And remember,
Okay.
I'll give you a little bit of a note. You're on the right track. You're proud of yourself. You're gonna impart some wisdom to these people, and you are a genius and a world influencer. You are. Next time we do this, I want you standing up. I want you to see if you can put the camera up higher.
Okay.
You can't sit down and do this, but for this rehearsal, I'll let you sit down, okay? Anytime you're ready.
30 years ago, I won a Pulitzer Prize for journalism. My father said, so what? 3 years later, I won the National Book Award for fiction. My father said, big deal. 5 years later, I won the Tony Award for playwriting. My father said, when are you going to make some money? 8 years later, I won the Academy Award for everything. My father said, who needs it? 13 years later, I won the Nobel Peace Prize. My father dropped dead. Who says you can't win them all?
Okay, Marge, we're going to get you there. Now, remember, the dress is great, what you have on. I really feel that you're accepting this award, but remember, she is an elder statesman. She is the princess of the Nile. I want you to have this royalty. She's royalty. You are royalty. You are proud of who you are, and you're going to impart your wisdom to them. And what is the wisdom? You can't lose that. The purpose of you being up here is to tell them, don't listen to the closest people around you can try to screw you up. But if you stick to your guns, you can do it, right? You can do it. Who says you can't win them all? Now, every single award you're very proud of. You're very proud. You're very proud, and I got to feel every single award. Okay? And so now for the next rehearsal, I want you to do some research. Your dress is perfect of how and I think there's an aristocrat. I mean, there's a confidence here. I think it's the same confidence that great men or great women have had with the courage to do great things, who have invented great things. And so you're accepting this award. I'd like to see if you could stand up, if you can position your camera so you'd be standing up.
Okay.
Maybe you can get it that you're standing up instead of sitting on the bed or the couch there. But what you bring to it is the princess thing, that you're proud of who you are. You're gonna move. I want you to move into the camera. I'll call you up to the stage, and the winner is Marjorie, and you'll do your thing. And remember that every single thing that you have this inside you, but we have to make you royal. We have to make you proud of. And a genius. You're basically this person that accepts this award is a genius, but they're saying something to the world. They're saying something, don't let anything stop you, even the closest people around you, but you're saying it indirectly, my father, but I'm not going to tell you how to say it because that's you. I want you to bring yourself to that. But okay, so you got your purpose. How you're going to do it is intelligently apply yourself, impart wisdom to them. Like I mentioned, Proverbs is about wisdom. And you're instructing them like a professor instructs them, lead them along.
All right, we're going to do it now?
Yeah, no. I think that we're going to move on because I think that I want you to think about all those things. All right, Marge? Okay. Good work, but you're there, and I'll give you something once I feel it's getting okay. I'm really happy to be directing you. Okay,
thank you.
I'm
happy to be here.
Good, because you're good. I see Danita's joined us. And she's who else needs to work? I think that's about it, right, guys?
Me.
Oh, okay, Jaleel. Hey, Jaleel. All right, you got something for me. All right. Anytime. Well, first reading. You go ahead.
Oh, this is my second reading.
Oh, that's right. The second reading. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Listen, Will. Do you know what I did today? I read a book, okay? I started to read a book. Yes, I did. A big book world, a classic. I picked it out of the bookcase and I started to write and read it. And you know how far I got into my mind began to wonder? I got all the way to page 5 before I turned on the TV. And hey, you know what was on the TV? The movie version of this book. How lucky can a boy be?
Yeah, that's good, Jaleel. That's much better. Very good, man. So now what I want you to do is I want you to try to see if you can memorize it, okay? And do it, to commit it to memory, go over it and commit it to memory and have fun with it, okay? You're having fun with it. Have as much fun as you want to have with it. Listen, I like where you start. Listen, world. I love you. I love you, world. Guess what happened today? Have fun with them. Play around with the, I want you to play around with the audience. Keep that in mind. Write that note down. I want to play with you. I want to play with them. I want to tease them. I want to play with them. Play with them, tease them, have fun with them, play with them. Shh. Listen, world. How lucky can a boy be? Right? All right. So now your objective your purpose here is to what you're saying is I can cut out the middleman. I can cut out reading. I can just watch the book on TV, and that's fine with me. I'm a genius. I am Jaleel, and I am a genius because you know what? I know how to get over on this book thing, right? So I can do it without reading that book. I'll show you how smart I am. All right? Play with us, all right? Good. Learn it to memory. Good work, Jaleel. Very good. Much better than last time. Good work.
Thank you.
All right. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
All
See
right.
you. All right. Who else needs to work? That's it. Okay.
Me.
I'll get those assignments. Hey, Jerome. I know we went a little bit over. I apologize. I wanted to get everybody in. Is that okay?
Yeah,
Jerome?
that's all right. We still have Ajane, Harry.
All right.
Yes, me.
Oh, we have Jenny. She's working or no?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. All right. Come on, Jenny. What are we working on?
I'm new, so I just came in.
Okay. So then what you got to do is, so if you're going to come, Ajani, I'm going to get an assignment for you to work on for next time. I'm going to move on a little bit I want to give something a little bit more simpler. I mean, not simpler, a little smaller for some of the people who are starting out. So I will have something for Jerome to send to you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You can work on that for the next time. Anyone who needs stuff, Jerome, let me know. Beginners who are starting for the first time, let me know because I want to assign anyone. I have the people that I'm going to assign to. Jerome, but anyone else like Naj, if Naj wants to, if Naj is coming back, I'll have something for her. Okay. And also for Alaba, right? Alaba?
Yeah, thank you.
Naj, Alaba. Naj and Alaba. Okay. All right, Jerome. So I think that's it. And of course, Reggie, I'm going to have something for him. And Paomi, I see you got your hair back, Paomi. It's good. I can see your face a little bit better. That's good. Paomi, yes, very good. And that's better that it's back. Even more next time for this here. I want to see that whole face. I want to see that whole face. You can pull it back and get it tied up. There you go. That's what I want to see. There you go. I'm going to have something for you too. So I got Reggie, Paomi, Soraya, Zamira, something new. Ajani, new. Naj, and Alaba, right? Alaba? Let me see, Alaba. Okay, you know what I want to do? Before we leave, I want to just do one thing before we leave, because there's a lot of people in here. Just want everybody stay up where you are. Okay, hold on. I want to just take a couple of pictures. All right, boom. Yeah, yeah, Tina, I know who you are, Tina. I know you are, Tina. I see you, Jerome. All right, we're all good, right? We're all good? Okay, so we're good. I'll see everybody in 2 weeks. I will have the new scenes for everybody. Good work, stay with it, and keep going. All right, I love you now. All
Thank
right.
you, Bobby. God bless.
You're welcome. God bless.
Thank you. Have a blessed night.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye, Bobby.
Bye, everyone.
Thank
Ciao.
you, Bobby.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Bobby.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Bobby.
I'll have
Thank you,
something for
Bobby. Good
Alaba.
night.
Alaba Youssef, I will have. Okay. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Congratulations on your store.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Myrna.
All
Bye.
right, good luck.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.